refuse to condemn President Joe Biden after he pardoned his son. But before we get started with this demonstration, let me read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything that you hear in this demonstration is only allegedly. Salute to the chat. Salute to my replay gang. Salute to all of my moderators. Salute to everybody that's watching from the clouds. Now, this is a demonstration for the ages. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because it's about accountability. All right? Why is it that some is forced to take accountability, but then others get a pass, others get the green light when it comes to taking accountability? Let's just start from the beginning, all right? President Joe Biden said what? In June of this year. He said what? He's not going to abuse his power. He's not going to pardon his son. Are y'all hearing me? This is what he said. Nobody else said this. This is what President Joe Biden said. He's not going to be abusing his power. He's not going to pardon his son. Stop right there. What happened a few days ago? President Joe Biden signed the pardon papers for his son to be released. It goes no further than that. However, Democrats and those that dislike Donald Trump, they make up millions and millions of excuses. And what do they do all the time when it's time for Joe Biden to be held accountable? What happens? Somehow they throw Donald Trump in it. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump, if it was Donald Trump, that's the point. It's not Donald Trump. It's not Donald Trump. It's President Joe Biden that told a bold-faced lie. That's a big lie. He stood up there and lied to the American people. And not only the American people, he lied to the rest of the world by saying in June he wasn't going to pardon his son. Now he has a change of heart. Few weeks left in the White House, he pardons his son. Democrats, what do y'all, give me a minute. Democrats, what do y'all have to say about that? Now, there's been talk, well, any father would have pardoned their son. Any father would have released their son from prison. I'm not going to disagree with it. I'm not going to argue. That's not the point that we're trying to get across. It's not so much of him pardoning his son, getting his son a pardon. That's not the real issue. The issue is that he lied about it. Salute to the chat, y'all. Salute Kiki, Coffee Girl, Tommy, Matt, Leslie. Salute, y'all. For me, it's the fact that he lied. Salute, Rosemary. Now you have all these Democrats and all these people that dislike Trump. All of them are coming with all kind of excuses. I heard so many excuses, I couldn't believe the excuses that they were making. Well, And I'm going to play it. Whoopi Goldberg said this excuse. He's the president and he don't owe anybody an explanation. He can do whatever he want to do. But if it was this man leading the charge, if it was this, remember now, this man could do nothing right. Yes or no? This man, Donald Trump, no matter what he done, no matter what he said, it got twisted. However, Biden gets to lie to the American people. But let me guess, Democrats. Let me guess. It's okay. It's okay for Biden to tell a lie and get away with it because Biden is not this man, Trump. Let's hear some of these excuses. Now, shout out to Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to be going to Stephen A. Smith. He called the spade a spade. He called it just how it is. But, and I'm going to say shout out to The View. Shout out to Whoopi Goldberg. Shout out to The View. But let's just listen, y'all. And you're right, Kiki, double standards. But let's just listen. I want y'all to listen.
President Biden's full pardon to his son Hunter is being met with a strong reaction from the left side of the aisle, too. Take a look.
What other father in America has the power to pardon his son or daughter if they're convicted of a crime?
He didn't need to tell the American public, I will not do this. And he did. And when you made a promise, you got to keep it.
I can't say.
When you make a promise, you got to keep it. It's no way getting around it. And we wonder why we wonder why the American people is so jacked up. Look at our leaders. Come on.
Or pardon the son or daughter if they're convicted of a crime.
He didn't need to tell the American public, I will not do this. And he did. And when you made a promise, you got to keep it.
I can't say why my colleagues are acting the way that they are. I can say that the American people are tired of us bringing a butter knife to a real fight.
It's a gift to Donald Trump because he's going to come here and claim that he's just doing what Joe Biden did. And I think that is hurtful for the American people.
And right or wrong, I mean, come on now. So now when Trump does it, when Trump said that he was going to pardon those from the January 6th riot, which I felt I disagree with it. So for surely if I disagree with Trump wanting to give the pardon to those at the Capitol at the Capitol building riots, then for sure I'm against Biden. But let's listen to Whoopi, y'all, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Maybe I missed something. Salute Eye of the Storm, and I'm so glad we have Eye of the Storm. I've been looking for you, brother. I've been looking for you several demonstrations ago. So please, Eye of the Storm, please put your seatbelt on, grab some popcorn, grab your favorite red wine, and have a seat. Because I need to talk to you, Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm says, please look at them leaders, not just. Put on your seatbelt, Eye of the Storm, and I want you to talk to me along with my chat. Let's listen to Whoopi.
You know what I think is hurtful for the American people? I think what is hurtful is denying that if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
Yeah.
He is the president of the United States, and it's his right, and he doesn't have to explain to anybody. This is his right as president.
Let me just stop right there. I want to take some comments from the chat. What do y'all think about Whoopi's comment? What do y'all think about Whoopi's comment? Eye of the Storm says, stand with you back to him because it's easier to hear and say. Trump said Mexico was paid for our wall. Come on, out of the storm. We ain't talking about Trump. Please, somebody, please send out of the storm the memo. We ain't talking about Trump. Kiki says, pay. Coffee Girl says, as you enter the chat, make sure y'all please double tap the screen. That's all I'm asking for, y'all. Just double tap the screen and hit the like button. So far, it's 65 watching. It should be at least 65 likes. Just do that for me, all right? Appreciate y'all. Tommy says, energy completely different. You see it, right? You see it. But what do y'all make out of Whoopi? He's the president. He don't owe anybody an explanation. Come on. Am I reading something wrong? Am I reaching? Because you do owe the people an explanation. Because as I said, and we all know, when it's this man, they give this man hell. Kiki says these people were paid and have been paid. Good point, Kiki. Kiki says, I can't see all these wealthy folks voting Democrat, not all of them. Kiki also says, yup. I mean, come on. Let's start at the beginning. Why did Joe Biden, why did he lie? Anybody? Any Democrats? Why did he lie? He said he wasn't going to pardon them. Coffee Girl says, imagine if every judge released a family member from jail or prison just because they had that power or authority. You couldn't have said it no better. You couldn't have said it no better. Drop a 1 if you agree with Coffee Girl. Drop a 2 if you disagree. I agree with Coffee Girl wholeheartedly. Then that means all the judges would have to pardon their family members. Come on. Tommy says, okay, hit that like button. Salute, Monica. Salute, Monica. Eye of the Storm says, talking about a lie. Kiki dropped the 1. Eye of the Storm says, a lie told. Okay, so you agree. You agreed that that was just a bold-faced lie. Like, dude, you saying you're not going to pardon him, but months later, you pardon him. Let's go back to Whoopi, y'all. Let's go back to Whoopi. 128 watching, y'all. Double tap that screen and get my likes up. There's no way that I should have only 11 likes. It's 128 watching. Double tap the screen.
He can pardon, if he wants to pardon Bozo the Clown, he can pardon Bozo the Clown. So I'm not sure why people are clutching their pearls while the left is clutching their pearls. Because did y'all forget all the stuff that we said was going on, or that doesn't matter? Because it seems to me, and I had to write it down because I didn't think I would remember it. Yeah. I just want to say, Democrats, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it.
What does she mean? Democrats, you can't have it both ways. Let's listen.
Both ways. You can't let people tell you you're not taking the moral ground when we take the...
That's the problem. You can't make this issue. So now she's getting on the Democrats and telling the Democrats you can't let people tell you you're not taking the moral route. Come back to her. I'm going to come back. That's the whole problem. Morally, we are so jacked up. That's one of America's biggest problem when it comes to the morals. It's no longer there. It's our morals is no longer there. And that's what I got out of Donald Trump's mega Make America Great Again. I got out of that he's speaking on the morals, the values, the principles. If you can't agree that today's morals, values, and principles are way jacked up compared to the morals, values, and principles of ancient time, salute Jonathan, I see you, Jonathan, then Something is wrong with you. So you just heard Whoopi say to the Democrats, don't let people get at y'all about things not being moral correct. Are you crazy, Whoopi Goldberg? You can't make this ish up. I'm going to let y'all hear more of the heretic that she says. I've listened to it several times, but I want y'all to hear it before I weigh in on it. What are you talking about? Woo! You can't make this ish up. Listen to it now. Listen.
Moral ground all the time. We fight for migrant rights, women's rights, gay folks' rights, trans rights, and every time we do, suddenly we're being told, oh, you're on the woke agenda. Yeah. Either we are this party and we fight for these things, and you see what's going on and you get why he's decided to do this, or you don't. But you don't go out and chew up other Democrats. This is a big problem, I feel, as a Democrat.
And I'm going to tell y'all right now. And I was born in the 70s. The things that she's talking about, all the rights and things of that nature, and the things that the Democrat Party has been pushing, that's one of America's biggest problems. Because notice the agendas that the Democrat Party pushes, most of those agendas are going against God's way of living. Salute Cotan. Most of the things, when it comes to the Democrats and the agendas that they push, most of them are going against the natural order of how God set things up. Are we going to be Christians wholeheartedly, or are we going to be Christians when it benefits us? Are we going to go by the Bible all the way, or are we going to go by certain scriptures in the Bible? That's what's wrong with America. That's what's wrong with this nation. Nobody's following the Bible. Every time when you're supposed to do something right, here comes the Democrat Party trying to justify it. Salute Michelle. Salute Michelle.
That's what's been so troubling to me, sort of this internal firing squad. It's been really bothering me. And what's also been bothering me is, well, Joe Biden should have stuck to what he said. He should have stuck to his promise. He lied. Let's just take a little refresher course. I don't think that he was lying.
Stop right there. Stop right there. What do you mean you don't think my man was lying? You can't make this ish up. Did your ears hear the same thing that my ears hear? She's going to try to dress it up. I don't really think that he lied. What are you talking about, lady? Let me backtrack it, y'all. Now, let's hear how she's going to try to dress it up that he didn't lie. Woof, you can't make this ish up. Let's listen.
What he said, should have stuck to his promise. He lied. Let's just take a little refresher course. I don't think that he was lying. Anna Navarro spoke to Joe Biden, and he had every intention not to pardon his son. But once he realized that President-elect Trump is going to be on a revenge tour, they were changing.
You can't make this up, y'all. You can't make this up, y'all. I'ma backtrack it, y'all. You can't make this up. What are y'all talking about? How many times do I have to keep stressing to y'all? It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with the man. Okay, the man got 34 felony. He was convicted for 34 felony charges. That's his charge. Give me some other charges that's Donald Trump charges. He has charges of his own. I'm not disputing any of that. I'm not saying that Donald Trump is clean as a baby's ass. That's not what I'm saying. Donald Trump has some charges of his own. Yeah. But you cannot justify Biden's, you cannot, and notice, and I'm only going to bring her name up one time, and that's in this particular sentence. I'm not discussing Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris don't have nothing to do with this. Kamala Harris is over there chilling. Hey, she ran for president. She put up a good fight. Okay, Kamala. So I ain't discussing Kamala. This is all Joe Biden's charge. It's not Donald Trump charges. Why do y'all keep insisting? Why do y'all keep insisting trying to justify Biden's charges with Trump? You can't do that. You can't. Sorry. But then again, I'm not sorry. You can't do that. That's just like you got two kids. Okay, your son got caught. You punished your son. He upstairs in his room. He been on punishment for a month. He did 3 weeks on punishment. He got 1 week left. And then he coming off punishment. Now here come your daughter. Your daughter do something. Your daughter act a fool. So now you got to punish your daughter. But here come your daughter trying to do what? Trying to throw her brother, trying to throw your son under the bus. What are you talking about, girl? He already on punishment. I got him for what he done. We got Trump for what he done. What are you talking about, girl? Now, you got to face the music. See? And I said it, and I'm going to say it again. This is why the Democrat Party, notice, I put all blame on the Democrat Party. This is why the Democrat Party lost this year's election. Because rather the Democrat Party take accountability, rather the Democrat Party stand on business and come clean, the Democrat Party for years have always done what? Has always thrown the Republicans under the bus. The Republicans ain't as squeaky clean either, but this is not about Trump and the Republican Party. It's not. This is about Joe Biden and the Democrat Party. I want y'all to understand that. Grab a super chat and I'll answer y'all super chat. If y'all want me to answer a comment of y'all's, if y'all want me to answer a question, if y'all want me to read a comment, grab a super chat. Click on the $ symbol and put your super chat. Put whatever it is that you want me to read or any questions that you have for me to answer. Put it in that super chat. Now, she just sit up here and tried to cover up the lie. You heard what she said. Well, it's not necessary. It's not necessary a lie. What are you talking about? Do you know what a lie is? Do anybody know what a lie is? A lie is when you say something that you're not going to do and then you turn around and do it. And the reason why I'm not answering questions and reading the comments is because I'll lose focus on this demonstration, y'all. Other than that, I would read y'all comments and I would answer y'all questions, but I'll lose focus on this demonstration and I need to be full focus. I have to pay close attention. So that's why I said just grab a super chat.
To pardon his son, but once he realized that President-elect Trump is going to be on a revenge tour, there were changing circumstances. He became the pragmatic president that we always knew. Now let's talk about lying. And I also had to write it down because I couldn't remember. The Washington Post indicates that President-elect Trump made false or misleading claims a total of 30,573 times over 4 years.
Appreciate that super chat, Martin. Appreciate that super chat, Martin. Martin says, Hunter would technically be above the law. He's asking yes or no question. In my opinion, he's above the law. And what makes him above the law? Because the president of the United States of America just happens to be Hunter's father. So that's what makes him above the law. Good question, Martin. Good question.
Just in August 2024, NPR clocked him at 162 lies during a news conference. October 24th, CNN clocked him 40 separate lies in only 2 Pennsylvania speeches. So if we want to talk about lying, let's talk about that.
See, y'all know I gotta come back to y'all. I'm pumped. I'm real pumped because y'all know over here I preach about accountability. I preach about us all have to take accountability. And I always raise my hand first. And I always tell y'all, I got to take accountability. See, why? Just meditate on what I'm about to ask y'all. Why is Trump even mentioned in this? I mean, why? The orange man, look. Big worm, big perm. He won the election. Is that what it's really about? Is that what the Democrat side is y'all hurt because big worm won the election? Is that what it's about? Let it go. Let it go. Martin also says, love how you pursue the truth. I appreciate you, Martin. That's the only way, in my opinion, we have to pursue the truth. And whether we like a person or not, that's the era that I grew up in. Your charge is your charge. My charge is my charge. I grew up in an era where it was okay to compliment each other. It was okay. But at the same time, I grew up in an era, right is right and wrong is wrong. Look, it is what it is. Now, if it was my son, would I have pardoned my son? Tough question to ask. But I can tell y'all what I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have came in front of the American people. I wouldn't have came in front of the whole world and lied and said, no, I'm not going to pardon my son. See, that's what separates a solid man from a weak man. That's what separates a stand-up man from a BS man. If I give you my word, if I tell you, look, I'm not pardoning my son. Just off of that alone, even if months later, even if I wanted to pardon my son, off of that, I would say, I can't do it. What do you mean you can't do it, Shank? You the president. You could do whatever you want to do. I can't go back on my word. I can't go back on my word. Now, I love how all of them are giving the reasons why Joe Biden turned around and lied. And he said that he wasn't going to pardon, but now he lied and he pardoned. I see Positive Vibes. I'm curious to find out why Joe Biden really did it. See how she said, oh, he found out that Trump was going to pardon. He found out that Trump was going to pardon those at the Capitol building rise. And then how many other people did Trump pardon? Do y'all see where I'm going at with this? And we wonder why. We wonder why the children are jacked up. Look at the parents. Look at the teachers. Look at the leaders. We wonder why. We wonder why America is in the hellified condition that it is today. And if you one of those that think America is this great country, this great nation, if you still believe that, then you need to really, really reevaluate the information that you have been receiving. Because America, when it comes to crime, one city in America has more homicides than 3 and 4 countries put together. What about the diseases? How is America so great and we are plagued with so many diseases? Don't get me started, y'all. Don't get me started. But I want to stay on Biden. And I'm going to go to Stephen A. Smith. Give me a minute. Because Stephen A. Smith, he dropped the bomb, y'all. Now listen.
This call-clutching
Let me backtrack her.
clocked in at 162 lies during a news conference. October 24th, CNN clocked in 40 separate lies in only 2 Pennsylvania speeches. So if we want to talk about lying, let's talk about that and stop this call clutching about Joe Biden lying.
What's wrong with politics, though, right? I mean, it's like, how far down the bottom of the barrel can we go? But it's like, well, two wrongs don't make a right, though.
There you go. Finally. 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 And I see you, Lush. I see you, Lush. I see you, Lush. Finally, somebody said what I have been thinking and what all of y'all have been thinking. What did she say? And I'm going to backtrack it to her because I didn't hear her after this. But she said, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Ain't that what we were taught? Didn't we all grow up on that philosophy? 2 wrongs don't make a right? Democrats. What do you have to say about this? I'm so glad somebody up here pointed it out. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Let's listen to what she got to say.
Politics, though, right? I mean, it's like, how far down the bottom of the barrel can we go?
Where?
But it's like, well, two wrongs don't make a right, though. 2 wrongs don't make a right. And I think what people are saying with Hunter specifically is what they hate about politics.
Yeah.
Right? They hate the fact that you can be in these political circles, this elite world, and somehow you're above the law. I don't care who you are. None of us are above the law, and pardons have happened throughout history. So he can do what he wants. You're exactly right. I think the problem is this has been baked for some time, and there's this trend where there were a lot of people that felt a bit gaslit with the way they handled the inner circle of the Biden team handling his health, how they communicated that. They felt like they weren't as honest. And then you have this, it kind of, I have to just point something out.
Hello? Make sure y'all double tap the screen. We got 511 watching with 22 likes. Double tap the screen, y'all. She's on it. What you think about that, Lush? Since you want to be funny, Martin says, appreciate the super chat. Martin says, he should have pardoned him and shut up. But he went on to make a victim out of Hunter, saying he was politically attacked. He was obviously guilty. Facts, Martin. That's facts.
That much since they voted the guy in that lied like 40,000 times?
Look, I think that story, people have made their choice about Trump. They know the good, they know the good, bad, and ugly. Last time I saw Biden was at this table, and it was when he was announcing he was running. And I can't help but think about how different that moment was and how different that mood was. He said, I'm going to bring this country together. I'm going to get Trump out of office. I'm going to be the palate cleanser that this country desperately needs.
Save the soul of a nation.
What breaks my heart is for a man that has served most of his life, he is going out in one of the worst ways. You are sandwiched between Trump years. You are now pardoning your son from criminal activity. You were ousted by your own party. This is not what he wants his legacy to be. You think he's sitting there thinking, this is how I'm going to be remembered. This is the way I'm going to be written.
But I think the issue too is that we're missing once again the forest for the trees. I think we're focusing on the wrong thing. The thing is that we continue to put our faith in politicians, and every single time you do that, they will let you down. I think that what we need to be focusing on are the policies, and we need to hold people, or our politicians, accountable for that. I think that when it comes to what we need to be focusing on, we need to move on, we need to pick up the pieces from this election, and then I think we need to regroup and focus on the next 4 years. I don't think we need to be worrying about the fact that he is pardoning Hunter Biden. I don't think that would have changed how the public views politicians at all. If he did decide to not pardon him, we would still feel the same way. We've lost trust in that, and that's why we need to put our trust and our faith in policies and not necessarily the people.
And are you worried at all? I think we need to.
I agree with her. I agree with her. Drop a 1 if you agree with her.
Talk about policies. I know we're out of time. Look, people should be worried about the policies of Project 2025.
See what I'm saying? There you go. There you go. It's like even when Trump, Even when Trump ain't the topic of discussion, he's still the topic of destruction. And that's why I got on a shirt with Trump looking like Big Worm, and I got the famous Tupac line, I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider. You got to give it to this man. You got to give a man his flowers. Look at all that he overcame. Look at how he shook up Washington. And y'all still don't want to give him his credit. Where you at, Eye of the Storm? Has anybody seen Eye of the Storm? I can't hear you. You can't make this ish up. Now let's go to my man. Let's go to my man, Stephen A. Smith. Let's go to my man, Stephen A. Smith. And double tap the screen and get them likes up, y'all. Boy, y'all treat me bad. Y'all won't even hit the like. Y'all won't even hit the like button for me. You go in with them hot dogs, Lush. You go in with them hot dogs, Lush. Remember, 2 wrongs don't make a right, Lush. All right, y'all. Let me get my man, Stephen A. Smith. No, that ain't it. You can't make this up. You really can't make this up, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's check out Stephen A. Smith.
Won't be sentenced for his crimes, and it also eliminates any chance that he'll be sent to prison. In fact, the pardon explicitly grants clemency for the tax and gun offenses from his existing cases, plus any potential federal crimes that Hunter Biden may have committed dating as far back from January 1st, 2014 through December 1st, 2024, which was just a day ago. The time frame is specific because it covers Hunter's work overseas with Ukraine, China, and other foreign business dealings, okay? Here's a part of President Biden's statement in regards to the move. Quote, "Today, I signed a pardon for my son Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision making, and I kept my word, even as I have watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted. Without aggravating factors like use in a crime, multiple purchases, or buying a weapon as a straw purchaser, people are almost never brought to trial on felony charges solely for how they filled out a gun form. Those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions, but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties, are typically given non-criminal resolutions. It is clear that Hunter was treated differently. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son, and that is wrong. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober. even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me, and there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough, end quote. Now, Biden's opponents, which include President-elect Donald Trump, have repeatedly said Hunter should be prosecuted for his activities in Ukraine and elsewhere. Respectfully, to the President of the United States, specifically as it pertains to that statement.
Damn commercial. Listen to Stephen A. Smith. And like I said, he hit it jackpot. He hit the jackpot with what he said. Give me a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. Let me backtrack.
I'm going to look right here over the national airwaves and look the President of the United States in the face and say, you're full of it. Not because you let your son off. Any decent father would do that. Never mind the business deals that was going on in Ukraine and China and other places. While you were vice president under the Obama administration, I'm not talking about that. This is not a complaint about Hunter Biden getting off. I said weeks ago, you're damn right you should let him off. He's your son. And he's a recovering addict. And he's battled those demons for years. And the fact that you let your son off, I totally understand. Donald Trump would have let his son off. Anybody would have. Or at least most people. I understand that. That's not the issue, sir. The issue, and why I say you're full of it, is because of the excuse you gave. A simple statement. That's my son. I have the power to pardon him, to grant him clemency, whatever. That's what I'm doing. Y'all kick rocks. That'd have been good enough for me. That's your son. That's your son. That's your flesh and blood. That's your child. And as you pointed out, he's battled a lot of demons. He's gone through a lot. I get it. But what's all of that other stuff you said about it? You highlighting the transgressions and talking about how, oh my goodness, if it were anybody else, it would not have been considered or classified as a felony. If it was somebody else, they would have got up. Well, you ain't somebody else. You were the vice president. And obviously, considering the crimes that he was being accused of, I understand the gun charge, I understand tax charges, but the things that they were investigating in terms of his dealings with Ukraine, his dealings with China, and whatever purported money was funneled to the Biden family, considering all of those things, those are valid things that warrant an investigation. And again, if you don't want it investigated and you want to let him off, President Biden, no problem. Just say that. That's my son. That's my son. That ain't what you said. You tried to highlight how innocent he is. Damn near called him a paragon of virtue. But what did you do to Donald Trump? See, we want to sit up here and everybody was afraid to talk about it leading up to the election. Or even when we were willing to talk about it, we had to dance the dance. We had to go around, up the block, around the damn corner, come right back around, and vaguely get into stuff. We had to point out the 34 felony convictions. We had to talk about the 2 impeachments. We had to talk about the abundance of allegations that took place, including an election fraud and citing an insurrection and all of this other stuff. We had to talk about all of that. But conveniently, it was coming down the pike like a damn tsunami when you knew you were going to have to run against them.
That's facts. That's facts, y'all. That's facts. I didn't detect anything that Stephen A. Smith said that I disagreed with. Facts.
You didn't talk about this then. A matter of fact, you specifically said you wouldn't pardon your son. Before the election. You're announcing it now that we know that Donald Trump is coming in and about to be sworn in as the 47th president. You were intending to do this all along, which again is no problem. But it doesn't make you any less full of it. Because when you look at Donald Trump and how the Democrats went after him, you do understand that the Democrats are no longer in a position to say anything, right? You can talk till the cows come home. You whistling into the wind. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say right now. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about...
That's facts. Got a little bit more left, y'all. And then I'm going to come down there to the chat. I'll read some of y'all comments. But it's facts. I mean, it's facts, Carly. Coffee Girl, Positive Eyes, everybody. It's facts. Give me a minute, y'all. He on it. When I heard it, I was like, oh, yeah, I got to run this. I got to run this today.
But it doesn't make you any less full of it. Because when you look at Donald Trump and how the Democrats went after him, you do understand that the Democrats are no longer in a position to say anything, right? You can talk till the cows come home. You whistling into the wind. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say right now. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about your party. Because when you pardon your son, going back on your word, telling the American people there was no way that you were going to pardon him when everybody and their grandmama knew you were lying but didn't hold you accountable for it. And now you've confirmed what people believe, that you were probably going to be lying about that very thing that you said you wouldn't do for your son. All you had to do was say, he's my son. I can't let him go to jail. What's the matter with y'all? Do I got to act like Dana Carvey from Saturday Night Live? And another thing, and by the way, is that what I got to do? All you had to do was say, that's my son. I'm not sending him to jail. I have the power to pardon him and to bring him home with me when I walk away from the White House, ending my political career. I'm taking my son home with me. Everybody would understand that. That wasn't good enough for you. It wasn't good enough for you. Instead, you have to try to come across like he was victimized because of you, like you're so innocent, like you're such a paragon of virtue. And as a result, now you've brought more skepticism in the direction of the Democratic Party. Why? Because you show you're no different than the other side, which you were accusing of everything. Y'all went after Donald Trump for everything but tying his shoelaces on the right way. You raked him through the coals. You threw him under the bus. You did everything to him. And I'm in no way trying to act like he's some innocent bystander in all of this. But when the word hypocrisy comes up, there's no escaping it.
And that's all we're saying. It's like they gave Trump hell. Right? They gave Trump hell. I'm going to take some comments, y'all. Give me some comments. Coffee Girl says Trump's cabinet is on point. Only the Dems are scared because of the dirt that's going to be uncovered. Fretware says dude is insane. Carly says Stephen Smith has been covering the politics for a while. His take is good because he's not partial to one side. And that's how I am, Carly. I'm neutral. I give the good, the bad, and ugly on both sides. And that's what Stephen A. Smith been doing. He been giving it on both sides. Leslie says, when have any of them ever been held accountable for their actions? Look at history. Fretware says Trump gave Trump hell. No. The American people and the world gave Trump hell. And like I said, Trump has charges. The things that he's guilty of, that's all Trump. But you cannot drag Trump into Biden mess. When Biden mess up, when Biden does something wrong, when Biden, you can't point the finger at Trump and say, But what about Trump? Because the whole time that Trump was in the hot seat, nobody wasn't pointing the finger at Biden. Trump had to lay in his mess. So Biden has to lay in his mess also. Lush says, sports anchor, blah, blah. Fretware says, nope. Salute Myrna. Myrna says, this is foolishness. Why are we fighting against each other and still ganging up on the politician and making them right by the people? Fretware says, yes, you can. I can't pronounce my opinion. They said, I like how Stephen Smith, he's keeping it real, and that's how the media should be. And that's facts. Just keep it real. Keep it real on both sides. Call a spade on both sides. It can't be one-sided. It can't be. Fretware says, yes, you absolutely can. This isn't about the past, it's about the future. Lush says a criminal is a criminal, period. Let's see how our criminal president does his job. That's the only thing we should be concerned with. Boy, y'all just don't get it. Most of y'all get it. Most of y'all get it. Y'all just want to troll me. That's all it is. But I take that. I know you get it, Lush. I know you get it, but you just want to troll me. You got a head hard as a brick wall, Lush. You need to go somewhere with all that hardness upstairs with your hard-headed ass. You get what I'm saying, Lush. You get exactly what I'm saying, but your hard-headed ass. And I said I wasn't going to cuss no more. Salute, Rose. I see you, Rose. Salute, Rose. Hey, Rose, come get your girl Lush, man. Get Lush up out of here, Rose. Salute, Rose. Being in the middle and saying the truth is what it needs to get back to. I agree. Fred Ware says, I get it just fine. You don't get it. No trolling whatsoever. I ain't entertaining you, Lush. I ain't entertaining you. Hey, Rose, get her up out of here, man. Get her up out of here. But, like I said, it's not so much of him pardoning his son, because most fathers would. Like I said, if it was my son, it's going to be 50-50. It just depends. Now, when it comes to Hunter, he been battling a drug addiction. He been battling addiction and all that. Do y'all know the percentage of addicts that's in prison? But nobody pardoned them. That ain't no excuse why you should be pardoned because you was battling an addiction. We all battle addiction. He broke the law. And those were some serious offenses why he was incarcerated. It ain't like he just got caught, writing a bad check. It ain't like he got caught because they caught him in a prostitution sting and he was up in a hotel laid up with 2 or 3 prostitutes. Positive Vibe says, if Hunter was bald, you wouldn't have that up. There she go. Hey, Positive Vibes. I'ma send you and Lush. I can't cuss, y'all. I can't cuss. But Positive Vibes, I'ma send you and Lush up out of here. Salute 80s, baby. Salute 80s, baby. Lush says the country is gonna be all right either way. I'll say it again. Okay, damn, some teams left and right, even more black and white. Screw all that crap. America and make real men real again. You couldn't have said that no better. And the way that things are going, the masculinity, do y'all see how masculinity has been destroyed? Like when I grew up, and this is why for Gen Z, for the new generations, I can't really put so much blame on them because they only imitated what they saw. Like my generation imitated what we saw. Like I'm from the 70s. So masculinity, salute Lucky, appreciate you for pulling up. I see you down there, Lucky. Masculinity was a natural thing and all over the world, you know, and it wasn't in every race, every nationality, every group of men, the masculinity was there. I grew up seeing that. I grew up seeing masculinity. So I knew what was right. I knew what was wrong. I knew what, when it came to handling business, I knew, like, when I went on a job interview, I knew I had to be dressed a certain way. I knew that I had to speak a certain way. Now, when I'm out and I'm on the block and I'm out there with my day ones, then y'all already know I'm out there, I'm cutting a fool. We cutting the fool, you know. But even then, when we would walk past churches, when we would walk past Jehovah's Witness, when we would walk past any house of worship, we didn't cuss, we didn't smoke weed, we didn't drink beer, we didn't do no drugs, we didn't do none of that. No profanity. We knew how to move. You know, even in our households. Like, for me, you know, my father was around until I was 9 years old. And then my father died. But I had uncles and I had homies that had fathers in their household. So fathers was always around. So we could get away with not taking accountability amongst the mothers, the women, but when the men in the community would come out, you know, we had to straighten up. I had to straighten up. We all had to straighten up. We wasn't going to try to disrespect no grown man, because the way how things was back then, them grown men would have whipped our ass. We would have got our ass whipped. I'd have got my ass whipped if I would have tried to go up against a grown man. And I wasn't the only teenager back then. Any teenager that got out of line with a man, a grown man, they would have whipped our ass. They'd have popped us upside our head. They'd have whipped our ass. They would have took us home to our mother. And they would have told my mother I had to whip his ass. And my mother would have popped me upside my head and said, good, get your ass in there. So the accountability, that's why I'm big on accountability. Now, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but that's why I'm big on accountability, because I know accountability makes a person a better person. It makes me a better person if I can take accountability. But if you don't come to me and if you don't talk to me about a situation, then I can't take accountability. So that's all I'm saying, and that's all we're saying about Joe Biden. We're saying he has to take accountability. The Democrat Party has to take accountability. You can't drag Donald Trump in this. I couldn't drag nobody else into no mess that I started. I couldn't drag nobody into my mess that I had got going on. I couldn't. We couldn't do that. And this is what's happening. The Democrats are trying to drag this man, Big Worm. The Democrats are trying to grab and drag Donald Trump into Joe Biden's mess. You can't do that. And as soon as the Democrats realize that, maybe in the next presidential election, maybe they might stand a chance. They might stand a chance. But it's about accountability, you know? And that's what's wrong with us. It's no accountability. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You can't dress it up. Well, what Whoopi said, he's the president. He don't owe nobody an explanation. But when it was Trump, now watch how they do Trump. Watch how they tear a fur. Watch how they tear the fur off of Trump's ass. Watch. Watch. He ain't even the president. and they was tearing the fur off his ass. No accountability. Learn how to take accountability. Learn how to evaluate yourself. Learn how to evaluate the situation that you're in. Take accountability. Unless you were the R word, unless a woman was some situations, then you know off the rip, like no woman has to take accountability because she was R or sex or SA. Nah. But in situations that we get ourselves in, like positive vibes roasting me, and positive vibes, you know I'm gonna get you. You know I'm gonna get you positive vibes. I'm gonna get you in Lush. I'm just waiting for that right time, but y'all keep roasting me. But accountability, y'all. That's all I'm saying. You know, that's all I'm saying. Democrats refuse to condemn Joe Biden for pardoning his son. Coffee Girl says, Shank, funny thing is, the Dems lost and won't listen to the winning team tell them why they lost. Now, that's facts, Coffee Girl. That's facts. And that's another thing. That's why I'm saying, like, can we get back or not even get back? If a person wins against you, don't player hate. Congratulate. Learn from the person that outsmarted you. Learn from the person that defeated you. It's all fair. You know? But the Dems don't want to take any lessons. The Dems keep throwing this man under the bus, y'all. Give me a few more comments and then I'm going to let y'all get out of here. Lush says, we have two because he said Frederick Douglass was doing great things in the community in 2016. I ain't going to read your comments no more, Lush. I ain't going to read your comments no more, Lush. I thought Roast was going to get you up out of here. Roast the toast. Get Lush up out of here, man. Call Me Donna says, now more than ever, we must stay engaged with our political leaders. They are hired by us. They must work on our behalf. I agree with you, Call Me Donna. Lucky says, it really concerns me how many of our people are not happy with the results of the election. I'm with you, Lucky. I'm with you. I'm with you. I can't pronounce your name, but you're right. When you lose, come back next time fighting harder. That's facts. Just come back harder. Lush says, y'all winner said that Frederick Douglass was doing great things years after he was worm food. I'm laughing at y'all. Roast, damn it. Hey, Roast, man, get your girl, man. Roast the toast to the front. Get your girl up out of here, Roast. 80s baby. Y'all get my likes up. Come on, y'all. 200. I had over 700 watching and 51 likes. Double tap the screen. Lucky says, especially around 45 to 60. 80s baby says 51 likes, 301 in the chat. Lucky says age. Lush says, I'm on the floor right now. Whoa, salute, whoa. Whoa, salute. Whoa says, had to slide through and show love. I like the shirt. Appreciate you, whoa. Turabell says, Lush, you'll only laugh for a little while. Joe Biden set us up to hurt for a decade coming at us. Muster Radar says the worst losers are sore losers. And that's facts, y'all. That's facts, you know. So I'm not going to take that much long. I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure y'all pull back up. I'm going to probably go live like around 8. Also, check my community wall. Check my community wall for the content creators that's in the switching lane sector. And make sure y'all show them some support and love. Fretway says, are you freaking kidding me? January 6th. Call Me Donna says, delightful to have a meaningful conversation. Thanks for having an open space so we could talk about what is happening. I appreciate Call Me Donna. I appreciate you. And that's what it's about. You know, we all have our own opinions and we all have different perspectives, but we have to come together and we just have to hear each other out. That's all. And that's what I have this platform for all of us to be able to get our opinions and give our perspectives. So I appreciate you for pulling up. Call me Don. Rose says, Shank, do you feel like Trump will help the economy? If so, how? I think with Trump in office, okay, with the tariffs, those tariffs taxes, that's going to help the economy. Also, with him bringing back some jobs, and not only that, just the way how the rest of the world deals with us, Rose. With Trump in office, they gonna respect Trump. So I think with Trump in office, he's gonna bring a lot of jobs. He's gonna bring some jobs here. That's just my opinion. Salute everybody. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I'll see y'all on the next demonstration. Pull back up at 8 o'clock. Pull back up at 8 o'clock. Salute y'all.